They were staples of the community, with some being in business for decades. But tonight, small business owners in Eagle Rock tell us hefty rent increases are forcing them out. Good evening once again. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. Colleen and Michael are off. NBC4's Lolita Lopez joining us live from Eagle Rock with more on her conversation with a now former bookstore owner. Lolita.
Jonathan and Annabelle, that bookstore owner from Red Book, said he was in the same location right here on Eagle Rock Boulevard for 19 years. But recently, when there was a rent increase, he said he just couldn't afford to stay.
We thought there was a need for a used bookstore in Eagle Rock.
Jeremy Kaplan used to run his bookstore out of this location on Eagle Rock Boulevard since 2007. He says as of June 1st, he is no longer in this space after his rent increased from $1,200 to nearly $3,000 a month.
Over double rent.
He says he had been renting this location on a month-to-month basis for years. He adds when the former property owner died, he received a notice from the new owner in February that his monthly rent would increase.
Before that time, had you had any type of increases at all?
Yeah, we had a couple of small increases over the years.
His business is not the only one in his neighborhood that has shuttered following similar circumstances. He and other business owners have now formed the group Save Northeast LA Shops.
I found at least a dozen businesses this had happened to along Eagle Rock, Colorado, or York.
And these are different property owners?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes some places might have been owned by the same property, but in general, it's different real estate companies.
Many of our small business owners are really facing a lot of pressure right now.
John Paulin is an attorney with the nonprofit public interest law firm Betzetic and is working with Jeremy. He says commercial tenants don't have a particular protection given to some residential tenants.
In some residential areas, there's rent control. But in California, there is actually a law passed that makes commercial rent control illegal.
He tells us regulations under California's Senate Bill 1103 that went into effect in 2025 do offer some protections to commercial tenants. For example, the bill requires longer notice of a rent increase and termination of tenancy. But he says
it just extends the period. It doesn't prevent landlords from hiking up the rents.
Jeremy tells us he reached out to the new owner and a representative of the realtor group that manages the property to appeal the rent increase. He said a spokesperson did meet with him, but the situation did not change. NBC4 reached out to the management group representing the property to ask for comment on this story and did not receive an immediate response.
Yeah, and Jeremy believes that small businesses are really the culture of neighborhoods and communities. He says he has heard from people and small business owners from as far as San Diego that have had his similar circumstances. And he says his groups are looking at different options, including legislative ones. The attorney is telling us that they are working with small business owners to help them and guide them through different things, including potential new leases. Live in Eagle Rock, Lolita Lopez, NBC4 News.